So SUI is sitting at $2.05. It's sitting at $2. The resistance is still 2.36. That is the resistance. And as I have talked about this in detail about the price discovery and why the resistance areas are not that reliable at all, is just because of the fact when you look at it from the historical perspective and data, this thing has entered a zone which has never existed. So there is nothing to look at, and then you would conclude by looking at it saying that, oh, based on this, it is going to go up. But there's something else. As long as $2, if I talk about larger perspective, because you would be interested in larger perspective, if you're trading, of course, it is sitting on a support. You can take a long from here and expect it to go towards 2.36 and put a stop loss a little below it. Of course, never more than 2%, but that's a trading thing anyway. As long as SU holds $2, you can expect it to go towards 2.36, and as it is sitting on support, still holding it, I have to stay bullish. I cannot talk about bearish perspective. But if you talk about larger perspective, which I haven't touched at all, of course, only on 5th of August, the case scenario of SU is that SU can actually shoot up and go really, really up. And if I have to go and cook something like everybody does, which is assumption of the future, I always like to rely it on fundamentals, see how the project is fundamentally instead of TA, because predicting a future about a project on TA is horrible. But I will do it on the basis of TA, and I'll tell you how much it can go up. So based on what I'm seeing on the TS perspective, this is 0.5, 1, 1.5. So that will be, SU can go up to $3.5. That's pretty much the max that I can see on SU. And of course, it can take a whole bull run to do that, because this is a story of what? How much time did it take to create this structure? 2023, and this is what? April. Yeah, it's more than a year. So you can say that if it takes 6 months or 1 year, or it can do it in 3 months. I mean, we don't care about that part because we don't know that part. All we know is that this is the maximum journey it can take. And of course, as it does the journey, as it continues to deliver on the journey, there will be hiccups. There will be hiccups. There will be a lot of pullbacks and a lot of cool downs, just because of the fact that this thing is in a price discovery. It is exploring an area which it hasn't seen before. But based on the structure that we are seeing, and you guys must have seen me talking about double bottoms from the start in so many coins, just because everyone has created one. So on a larger time frame, it is a double bottom structure we are seeing. Of course, not the cleanest one, but we are seeing something like this on Bitcoin on a larger perspective as well. That's why saying Bitcoin can go towards $120,000 makes sense. And same is the case scenario here with SU, but this is purely based on TA, and you really need to see how SU is getting adapted, how much work is developed on SU, and how is their profitability and everything else working. But that's a larger perspective. On a shorter time frame, there's nothing else, as I have mentioned. On a smaller time frame, if it continues to hold $2, you can expect it to shoot up and go up towards 2.36, and hopefully this time it will break and start going up as well. The moment it loses the support area of $2, then the next landing point is 1.7, which we will talk about if it happens.